He lies on your lap, purring softly as he eats, drinks, and plays occasionally. You look at him and feel that everything is perfect. But he has been telling you the opposite for weeks. He seems healthy and content in your eyes, yet cats are the only animals evolutionarily programmed to hide illness so effectively. Even experienced veterinarians sometimes notice the symptoms too late, because it is simply not in a cat's nature to complain. This is not due to a lack of attention from the owner, but rather a survival instinct where showing weakness means certain death. The sixth point in this list will reveal a sign that most owners mistake for a simple whim or fatigue. It often turns out to be the very first signal of a serious underlying problem. We are about to look at 7 signs you might have noticed, but misinterpreted in the past. The first sign involves changes in eating habits, specifically the pattern rather than just the quantity of food. You should monitor how much your cat eats, but that alone is not enough to ensure their safety. A cat's body is built differently than a human's, and they cannot go without food for more than 48 to 72 hours. If they do, they risk a dangerous condition called hepatic lipidosis, where fat accumulates in the liver during an energy crisis. This process happens rapidly and is completely invisible from the outside during its initial stages. If your cat suddenly starts walking away from the bowl and returning several times, it is likely a sign of oral pain or nausea. A sudden change in preference, such as turning away from dry kibble, might indicate that hard textures have become painful. To understand your cat's health better, you should spend 3 days recording exactly when they eat and how many attempts they make. This pattern will reveal much more than a single observation ever could over a short period of time. Moving on to the second sign. The absence of water can be even more terrifying than an excess of it. Most owners worry when a cat starts drinking a lot, which is a valid symptom of diabetes or kidney failure. However, cats are desert hunters by origin and are evolutionarily adapted to get moisture from their prey. Domestic cats on dry food receive far less hydration than their physiology requires to function properly. Because their sense of thirst is dampened, cats often suffer from chronic dehydration that goes completely unnoticed. Their kidneys work in a constant state of compensation, which is why chronic kidney disease is the leading cause of death in older cats. If your cat starts drinking from the tap or your glass instead of their bowl, it is a significant signal. Standing water often feels unsafe to them, so they instinctively seek out water that is in motion. They might be drinking very little simply because they cannot bring themselves to use the container you provided. Installing a small water fountain or changing the water twice a day can drastically improve their long-term kidney health. The third sign involves grooming, which can be either far too much or far too little depending on the situation. Cats typically spend 30 to 50% of their active time grooming to regulate temperature and manage stress. When a cat stops caring for its fur, particularly on the back or tail, it is often a sign of physical pain. Conditions like arthritis or obesity make reaching those areas difficult, so the cat is not being lazy but is actually suffering. Conversely, if a cat begins chewing its fur until bald spots appear on the belly or thighs, it may be more than just an allergy. This behavior, known as psychogenic alopecia, is a way for them to cope with chronic anxiety or hidden stress. You should check your cat's belly today to ensure the fur is thick and healthy across the entire surface. If you notice thinning hair, it is a conversation for the vet, rather than something that will pass on its own. The fourth sign is breath odor, which many owners incorrectly assume is just a normal part of being a cat. A healthy cat should not have a sharp or foul smell coming from its mouth under normal circumstances. A strong scent of ammonia usually points to kidney failure, as waste products accumulate in the blood and are released through the breath. A sweet or fruity smell is a classic indicator of diabetes, while a putrid odor suggests serious issues with the teeth or gums. Over 70% of cats show signs of gum disease by the age of 3, yet they rarely cry out or stop eating. Instead, they might just eat more slowly or tilt their head to one side while chewing their meals. You should check their gums to ensure they are healthy and pink rather than red, white, or gray. White or gray gums are an emergency signal that require an immediate visit to a veterinary professional. The fifth sign concerns behavior in the litter box, which is often missed because we do not look closely enough. Cats are ritualistic animals, and any shift in their established routine is a major red flag for their health. If a cat enters and exits the box several times without any result, it could be a sign of a life-threatening blockage. This is especially dangerous for male cats, as a blocked urethra can lead to kidney failure within just a few hours. A cat that starts going outside the box is rarely doing so out of spite or a bad attitude. More often, they associate the box with the pain they feel and are searching for a more comfortable spot. It is also important to check for blood in the urine, which is hard to see in standard clay litter. We live alongside these creatures every day, yet many of us fail to read the constant signals they are sending. This is not because we are inattentive, but because evolution has made the cat a master of hiding any sign of weakness. In the wild, a weak solitary predator is a dead predator, so they mask their fatigue, fear, and pain perfectly. The sixth sign involves changes in communication, where a cat either stops seeking attention or starts demanding it excessively. An outgoing cat that suddenly hides under the bed is likely feeling vulnerable and ill. On the other hand, if a senior cat over 10 years old starts crying at night, they may be disoriented due to health issues. Research published in 2019 showed that owners who track behavioral shifts identify illnesses much earlier. The seventh and final sign is found in the eyes, specifically the appearance of the third eyelid, which is a translucent membrane. Under normal conditions, this membrane is hidden, but its visibility is a clear sign of dehydration or stress. Healthy cat eyes should be clear and symmetrical, while asymmetrical pupils or squinting indicate significant pain. Your cat has continued to choose your lap and your side of the bed even while suffering in silence. Taking them for a checkup is the ultimate way to honor the deep trust they place in you every day. Please share in the comments which of these signs surprised you the most and what you plan to check first. Do not forget to subscribe, because every video here explains what your cat cannot say with words. In our next video, we will explore why purring is not just a sound and how it physically affects your body.